Sometimes we find lessons in the simplest of things. I learned a lesson unexpectedly from the way my wife gave me directions in the car. If you have a lot on your plate right now, this pocket sized pep talk is for you.
A Pocket Sized Pep Talk, the podcast that can help energize your business and your life with a quick, inspiring message. Now, here's your host, Rob Jollis.
To be clear, asking for directions has never been my strong suit. This could be the result of my male upbringing, my male stubbornness, my male pride, or perhaps my wife. With the emergence of any number of navigators available to us all now, from time to time, we still need to rely on others to provide directions for us. It seems that most of us who need directions need them because the path from point A to point B is not a straight shot. There are twists and there are turns and lefts and rights, and the sheer number of decisions that need to be made can be intimidating. That is, unless you take these twists and turns one at a time. Unfortunately for me, that's not how my wife gives directions. The moment I start the car and pleasantly ask for directions, and I would like to say it's my story, and yes, I do ask pleasantly, I hear take a left out of the driveway, make a right on Stanford, left on Wisconsin, then follow that to 495 East until you hit the fork in the road. And that's about the time my eyes roll up in my head and I kind of pleasantly ask, can you give me the turns one at a time? And only after I've made the turn that you've given me. Maybe it's just my simple mind not being able to process all that information at once, but I'm of the belief that all information that requires multiple decisions needs to be processed the same way, one move at a time. For instance, think about how challenging it can be when you search for a new job. That particular goal might require updating your resume, cleaning up your LinkedIn site, preparing and perfecting your elevator pitch, chasing down network connections, attending job fairs, and more. Each of these goals comes with their own set of tasks, and each group of tasks can come rushing at you all at once, just like that wall of directions. It's not unusual to hear that some people can spend well over a year working on a resume. In truth, it isn't the resume that holds these people up. It's the distraction of a sea of other tasks they're also trying to work on simultaneously. A cluster of tasks can be overwhelming, so they're often left unfinished. It takes discipline to focus on one task at a time without being distracted by other responsibilities. Clearly, you'll be able to navigate your way a whole lot more effectively if you do. Now, I've been helping people with time management challenges for years. It seems to be such an overwhelming issue for many, yet the solution to most time management challenges isn't quite as difficult as you might imagine. When it comes to conquering time management, there appears to be a lot of moving parts to tackle. The things that usually need attention are issues like prioritization, goal setting, interruptions, planning, procrastination, scheduling, and more. Sure can seem intimidating. That is, until you establish a priority to the task before you, work on one identified set of skills at a time, and don't stop until you've mastered it. Another way of saying this is simply this: take one turn at a time. It can be as simple as giving a team a new set of procedures to learn, which certainly makes sense to concentrate and master one task at a time. But that's not how your typical new set of procedures gets rolled out to a team. Like that series of twists and turns, it can be overwhelming to master, and that can significantly impact implementation. But working through them, one turn at a time, step by step, can allow you to perfect the steps you're learning. It can also allow you to build up momentum for the other steps ahead. I don't mind having a look at the big picture represented by a series of tasks. However, Once you know the end result you're after, you'll be a lot more effective if you take each task one by one and step by step. No matter how daunting the task may be, you'll get to your final destination on your trip if you make sure you take it one turn at a time.
Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, please rate and recommend it on iTunes, Outcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also get more information on this show and Rob at jollis.com.